my Maisie. And every year, Dennis grows these amazing thistles in a little patch by the house, which he then pulls all the thistles. And he did that yesterday. And today, I have thistles. He just left them there, big pile in the, he was done. And now I have thistles. Right, Maze? Have you gathered thistles for yourself in the house? Yeah, it's time for me to vacuum. Look at all these thistles. Look at what you found. Thistles. Yeah. Great. Right, Pearl? She finds all kinds of things, doesn't she? Yes, she does. My girls. So there's the thistle pile. And the girls, as we come out, it's a little cool. It's much cooler today, but not too cool to podcast when there's Dennis's azalea coming into bloom. Yeah, so I'm coming out on the deck.
Here's my long shot of today's sweater. I'm wearing my Gris by Claudia Eisen something. This is made out of a silk wool combo, lots of silk in it, so it's not too clingy. This, I made several years ago, so it's where it fits me much looser than it did when I first made it, but I'm loving how it looks, so that's a good thing. Good morning. Lots of video before I say good morning. It's Sunday. I'm losing track. 17th, maybe? 17th? I'm Barbara. Welcome to the CoronaVlog. Day 57. It's actually much cooler out here today than it was yesterday. It's only getting up to 69 today. So, but it's not too cool to do my vlog. I will go and get more sleeves on if I'm going to stay outside, or I'll just stay in the house because it's chilly. But if the sun comes out more, I'll come back out and stay. So good morning. So this is my Gris, Claudia Eisenkalb. Claudia Eisenkalb. I made 2 of these. And this one is in a silk blend yarn that I got at Vogue Knitting Live 3 years ago. This is this is one of 3 patterns, sweater patterns that I have where I have knit more than one version of the pattern. I did a version of this in a beautiful naturally dyed yarn from the ladies who dye naturally at Maryland Sheep and Wool that I couldn't shop at because I don't have, they are not online. And then I almost immediately made this one, and I made some adjustments. I made the shoulders wider, and that made me happy. My bra straps were showing on the other one, and I need to find that other one and try it on. Maybe I'll wear that for you tomorrow if it's not too chilly. And so you can see it's a little narrow in here, but I have since gotten narrower strapped bras, so I think my other one will be fine too. And that one I didn't, I just had barely enough yarn, and so it's not quite as long as I would like. This one's a little longer, and I like a little longer length, although now that my body has changed, it may be that I will like that one fine. I don't know. It's hard to tell. The second sweater that I made 2 of, also very close together, was the boxy. I mean, I made finished my first boxy. Well, I finished my first boxy, I think I showed it right when the lockdown started, and then I made that second boxy that I just finished. And yesterday morning, I finished my sea salt. It is upstairs blocking. That took a week because I showed that sleeve and sleeve cap on my podcast, which I filmed on Mother's Day. So I started it on Saturday. last Saturday, and I did the last bit of ribbing on the back yesterday. So that's a little more than a week, but it's a week. And I talked about maybe making the back a little longer. I didn't have enough yarn to make it like three ribs longer. This is all the yarn I have left. And so I could have made it like 1 ridge longer, or possibly 2 ridges longer. But I don't think it would have looked intentional. It would have looked like I just didn't get it even, and I didn't want that. So I made it even, and I took some bathroom selfies before I blocked it. So I'll show you. I'll show you there. There's me and my sea salt. I'm really happy with it. Really happy with it. The length is enough, and so I'm really happy with it. But it is very negative ease. It's really tight. It's tight on the arms. It's tight in the body, as you saw. Very comfortable. It's going to be a nice warmish sweater, good for fall, spring, 3/4 sleeves. But it has a high enough neck, so, you know. We'll see. We'll find out. Who knows? But, so I was planning on starting the Fable, which is Alicia Plum's new pattern that was on sale. I don't know if it still is. I told you about it the day it was on sale, so I told you. And it's a short sleeve t-shirt kind of a sweater. And I told you I wanted to do pink. Well, that day was yesterday? Yesterday or the day before? Yesterday, the Crafty Toads showed a new color that they have called Joy, which is a pink. Which was a really pretty pink, but they have a base called Cotton-Eyed Toad, which is half cotton and half wool. And so it came out, you know, because the cotton doesn't take the dye, it came out like a lighter version and kind of a more modeled version of the color, which is a pretty bright saturated pink. Very pretty. But anyway, I decided that I wanted to do the Fable in the Joy colorway of the Cotton-Eyed Toad, and so I put an order in for some yarn. So I'm not ready to start that sweater, and I guess they're waiting for their shipment of dye, so I don't even know when I will be able to get that. The sun just came out. Yay! So I needed to start a different sweater, so I decided to start another sea salt. I enjoyed knitting it. I did, and it went fast. So I have this yarn, and unfortunately I don't have the label. I've had this yarn for about 5 years. It was Yarn Box yarn, and I ended up buying extra skeins. So I have 6 skeins of this, and it is 80%, I think 80% bamboo and 20% cotton. So this is knitting up completely differently. It's very drapey, feels yummy. This is a summer version of the sea salt, and what I've done is I've gone up 2 sizes. I'm getting my same gauge, so going up 2 sizes from the size that I made, which was very negative ease. So I want positive ease. I want something a little bit oversized, a little bit drapey. And because of my gauge, mine is going to come out a little bit smaller than the pattern. So, but it's going to be drapey, probably even drapier than the picture is my guess. But it's going to be a summer sweater for sure. So it's going to be maybe a little bit drapier than that. Although I will again, as I'm knitting across the top, make sure that I'm not making it too big. But I also have 6 skeins of it. I had only 4 skeins of the Yoshi and Lucy that I made the first one out of. So if I need to make the neckline the neckband a little wider because the shoulders came out wide, I can do that so it's, you know, my bra doesn't show, and I make it a little bit longer. Anyway, so I started my next sea salt. So that's what I did yesterday during the day, and I knit on this last night. I was on Chevy Rowell's Knit Night. Thank you, Chevy, for hosting that. It was so much fun, and thank you, Leslie, for mentioning it on your daily vlog, because I had forgotten about it, and so I was able to join, and it was fun, and I saw some of you there. Hi, Susan. So I get on, I say, is that my Susan Marshall? She's mine. She and I talk, you know, and so she's mine, but I don't know what she looks like. And Kathy and Susie and Jeanette and Pamela, and I don't know who else I know who was on there. There were 3 pages of people, so there were like 70 people at the beginning of this VK, and I had to download Zoom and figure out a little bit how to use it to do this, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Too many people to interact with everybody, and I told Chevy this morning, I feel like I talked more than my share. I'm a talker, and I did. I think I talked more than my share, but it was a lot of fun, and it was so nice to meet you ladies, and I hope to do it again. Well, I have Zoom now. Maybe I could do one. I don't even know. Could happen. Well, I'm doing a craft night with my daughter tonight, and you know, when she set it up, she says, well, I have every kind of, you know, meeting software. What do you have? I said, well, I only have Skype. Okay, but now let her know, hey, guess what? Since I talked to you, I got Zoom. I don't know if Zoom's better than Skype, but anyway, it was a lot of fun. And so thank you, ladies. Thank you all. It was good to see people, good to meet people, and see faces, put faces to names. So anyway, Joanne asked me to show my cowls that I have knit. And I do like a cowl. There's something about a cowl that's so nice. You know, you can just put it on and you don't have to fuss with it. So I'm probably going to be in the market for some cowl patterns as we get into the heat of the summer, and I may not be in the mood for knitting sweaters, although I've been in the mood for knitting sweaters for 1.5 years now. 2 years. So I'm not sure about that, but I will gather my cowls together. If you have any interest, I'll do it at the end in case you don't care. And because some of them I have to look up what they're called because I don't remember, and you know, blah da 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 da. So I'll do that in the next couple days because I'm running out of things to talk about, although I can, you know, still talk. The other thing I did yesterday was I printed out the pattern for the oven mitts. I made oven mitts for the kids for their Christmas presents. I did sort of a kitchen package. I made oven mitts and pot holders, maybe just oven mitts, and I sewed them aprons, you know, so I did a kitchen-y themed package for each of the kids. And I made them oven mitts, felted oven mitts. Those are the best oven mitts ever, and I didn't make any for us. So I'm thinking that I really would love, I don't like our pot holder situation, and I'm thinking, well, you know, I can solve that. Because I have these post-apocalyptic skills that I can do things, you know. So I can solve that. So I printed out that pattern, so The little needles with the bamboo, with the metal tips, at the end of the night last night, I was feeling like this isn't actually that much fun to knit anymore. I need a break. So I thought having something else on the go that I wanted to knit that would be, you know, easy. And so I thought, oh, I will make a pot holder, an oven mitt. So I printed that pattern out, and I have some yarn in mind, but I do need to make a swatch and do a test to make sure that it will felt, because it is yarn that I do not know anything about. I bought it at the first Maryland Sheep and Wool I ever went to, so it was a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it's going to felt, but I want to just make sure. I don't want to make a big oven mitt and then discover that it doesn't felt, which means it'll be useless. So, oh, it's a nice breezy day, and the sun came out, and my neighbor started up his machine, so I will call it a day. Doing cooking today. Dennis is making, oh, Dennis made sausage yesterday. We had eggs and sausage for dinner. His sausage was so delicious. So he's putting some sausage and bison and ground beef, and he's making a Texas-style chili, which doesn't have any beans in it. It's just lots of meat, and, you know, different kinds of ground meat and sauce and stuff. So he's making that today, and we're going to take some of that over to his mother. And so I'm making cornbread. And I made a cake last week or the week before. I don't know if I even talked to you about it. And decided that it would make great cornbread, because of course I can't have corn, but it ground almond flour, loose coarse almond flour, has the same texture and consistency of cornmeal, and we actually bought a little essence of corn, which is like a corn flavoring, to turn an almond cake, sheet cake, into cornbread. So I'm going to try that today. See what I think. Because cornbread and chili go so well together, so we thought we'd try that. So I'm going to do a little cooking. He's going to do a little cooking. We're going to take some food over to his mom, say hi. And so that's the plan for today. So, see how that goes. And look at this sunny day. Oh, I'm so happy. And actually, it's perfectly comfortable out here. You know, nothing like the sun to make you feel a little bit warmer, even though I'm not actually really in the sun much, because the tree has leaves on it now. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful sunny day. I hope you enjoy your day and get some crafting done. It's Sunday. And I hope everyone's well. So take care of yourself and stay safe and stay sane.